Howdy folks, it's Charlie here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I guess it's not 2020, it's just Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we're in the middle, smack dab in the middle of the Germany journey bush trip. And one leg per video, leg 5 today. That's it, that's it. You've seen 1 through 4, I assume. Let's get going. Hopefully this time I remember to have my throttle, not my throttles, my fuel, my props forward before I continue. Here we go. Alrighty, come down here, repair and refuel, and I have to be better about changing the fuel tanks. I noticed I haven't been doing it. Oh, I can't even look down there. There we go. Gotta be better about that. Okie dokie, let's turn this off because it drives me crazy. I like having the wind on, even though it doesn't really matter for these. And let's get this going because we will need it. And there we go, no bug this time. Come down here to this one and turn on the pitot heat. I know it's pitot heat. Used to be an inside joke. And then people would be like, dude, you're saying it wrong. So, I know not everybody watches every single video, so how would they have known? It's not their fault. What else is there to say? Not much, because we've been doing this for hundreds of legs among all the bush trips. So, we know what we're doing. Yep. Yep, flaps already down. Yep. Alright, let's read about it. What's happening here. A 40-minute leg. Ooh, gonna be an hour for me. Echo Delta Foxtrot Kilo. After launching, because we're in a spaceship apparently, fly 6 nautical miles to the southwest to the historic city of Halle, the largest population center in the German state of Saxony-Anhalt. And that's 2 minutes out, so we will actually go the 2 minutes before we read about the next BOI. So 210 degrees for 2 minutes and 2 seconds, 210 degrees. 210 degrees, we're at 291 right now. Let's move this back to 210 because we are going to use autopilot with the heading bug just so we can sightsee. If there are a lot of terrain to worry about, and if I was never doing this by myself, then I would probably just hand fly it all. But it makes video making and content making very difficult to hand fly. So we use the autopilot for sightseeing and logistics. But since you don't have GPS, we just have heading bug. I know I don't say that every video, but I say it most because again, not everybody watches everything. But that's how we're doing it. We've done it always. Hand flown, using Google Maps to help, with GPS, with heading bug, without autopilot. We've done it all the different ways. Flight director, heading bug, vertical speed 800 feet per minute. There we go. That is it. Where do they have us starting? I think that's plenty of runway. Yeah, that's plenty of runway in some farmer's field. Okie dokie, so we're going to take off and we're going to head 210 degrees, which is over this way, and we're looking for a city only 2 minutes out, so probably right here. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. Let's turn up my personal volume. Hopefully it doesn't bleed too much, and let's give it some throttle, and parking brake is on. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Alright, here we go. Whoa. This is enough runway, right? Oh dear. Maybe we should have started... why are we tipping? What the heck? What in the world? Let's get speed quick here. Brakes to stop the wheels. Gear coming up. Even though our positive rate is very slow. That was strange. Anyway, we're not going to start the timer yet. It's only 2 minutes out. Flaps coming in. Let's hand fly ourselves over this way before we engage autopilot. And climb while we're watching our speed. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Flight simulators have come such a long way. Alright, we're not even climbing anymore because I'm too busy sightseeing. Let's bring props back a little bit, keep them on the red. There we go. Historic town, 2 minutes out. Must be right there just to go under the nose. Very simple. Ooh, there's like a dirt track or something there. Alrighty, what do we need to do? Let's engage autopilot now. It'll be a pretty smooth handoff. There we go. Can't even tell I pushed anything. Look at that. Alrighty, let's go to this historic town and then we'll read about the next thing. Actually, we need to prepare, don't we? Because we got to go 199. So we'll do 199, start the clock, and then I'll read about it. How about that? Let's hop outside together. And I don't know why the drone is always in a different place. There we go. Come on, co-pilot, I want to get a screenshot of this, and you are in my way. So please, move. We know there's a back on track feature. There are no achievements for this, though. There we go. Screenshot taken. Alright, let's look around. We normally don't look around outside very much lately. I think it kind of kills the immersion because you're outside the airplane, but this is a flight sim. Let's take advantage. Oh, look at that. I don't know what that is, but that's super cool. Wow, the scenery here between the satellite and the autogen is much better than any other part of the trip so far. So that's very cool. Sometimes, as we talk about, sometimes the satellite imagery is, the scale just doesn't make sense, and sometimes the autogen looks cartoonish. But I think when there are more trees, I think it looks better, to be honest. I think it's the trees that help. Man, that's amazing. Oh. Alright. I think we're past our historic town. Kind of looks post-apocalyptic. So let's hop inside and let's do what we need to do. What I say was 199 for 3 minutes. Let's start that now. Let's go 199. Just a little bit to the left. Not much. For 3 minutes. And what are we doing? We're going to Geiseltal Sea, which lies just under 10 nautical miles southwest of Halle, the largest artificial lake by surface area in Germany. So that must be this area here. 3 minutes out, that would make sense. Alrighty, cool. Let's do that. Alrighty, so I'm going to stop talking now that we got established and everything, and I'm going to get you to some sightseeing. Again, if you've never seen a video of mine before, I cut down the sightseeing just for time, but you never miss anything visually, if that makes sense. So I'm going to turn you loose to some sightseeing, probably 20 to 40 seconds, and I'll meet you at the lake. Swimsuit not required. And there's the lake with some islandy type things. We talk about islands, how I love nature, but I'm scared of big animals. So I like islands because animals usually aren't on the island, or you can check for animals first. Yeah, I won't talk about that today. Alrighty, so what are we going to do now? We're going to talk about the next thing, which is Freiburg. So reset the timer. Ooh, we're right on time too. Nice, nice. Alrighty, reset the timer. We're going to go 2:04, and then we're going to read about it just so we can keep up here. 20, whoa. 20, whoa. There we go. We reset the timer. Fly for a few more miles to the southwest and you'll reach Freiburg, a city located along the Unstrut River, which is renowned among tourists for its multitude of sites and festivals. I wonder what kind of festivals. I'm going to have to look up Freiburg festivals and see their Freiburg festivals. Alright, that's only 2.5 minutes to the river. Yeah, right there in front of us. Alrighty, let me give you a couple seconds of sightseeing and then we'll read about the nature preserve. See you in a moment. And there we go. I almost missed it. I had to run upstairs for a minute. And I almost missed it. So there's the river, there's the town with the festivals. I wonder if the Horizon Festival, haha, get it, the Forza Horizon Festival is there. Not sure. Let's see what is next. Ooh, there's a nice little hill there. Cool. Alrighty, so we're going to do next. I'm going to come down here and we're going to restart our timer. Look at 7 minutes, and we're going to go 2:02, which really isn't much of a change, but it could throw us off, because is it every 60 miles, for every degree you're off for every 60 miles, you're a mile off, or is it every 30 miles, you're a mile off, which is a pretty big deal if you think about it. Alrighty, where were we? I had to pause and tend to some stuff upstairs. Where were we? It's like an hour later. Oh boy. We were going to, oh yeah, Nature Preserve. Sorry, everybody. Jenna Forest Nature Preserve, 20 nautical miles southwest of Freiburg, offers a number of great views of its forested hillsides from above. So we're going to look for Nature Preserve in about 7 minutes at 2:02, which we're already heading to. So Nature Preserve up here somewhere, probably where it's greenish. Let's zoom out one. There we go. It's probably up in this area. Do we need to climb? Do we need to change our altitude? That's the question. Ooh, maybe we do. But I'm not going to worry about it yet. Yeah, we are. Look at it. Cool. All right, worry about that when we get there. Alrighty, 7 minutes for me. Well, 6 minutes now for me. And not too long for you. Get ready for some sightseeing, then I'll see you in a moment. We're not quite there based on the timer, but I would say we're pretty darn close given how gorgeous this is and the terrain has changed, but we mainly need to climb. We're a little low and we're starting to get some terrain turbulence, so let's climb a little bit, and then we should be a little bit more comfortable up here rather than just bouncing around with the hills, because for some reason the terrain turbulence lately in the sim, it's like there's a 10-foot bump on the ground and it just throws you all over the place. That happened to us during landing a couple legs ago. It was quite challenging to make the landing smooth. But at least there's terrain turbulence, because in one of the other simulators that's supposed to be better for some reason, there's no such thing as terrain turbulence, and you can just let it fly without touching anything with autopilot. But this one, it torques, it turns, it does everything like it's supposed to. So I don't understand that argument, and we're not getting into that. I already did a video on that. I'm not doing another one. Anyway, getting back on task here. We're about ready to turn, so let's get ready here. So, Talsbury Heide, an earthen dam holding back a large reservoir, is located 24 nautical miles west-southwest of Jenna Forest Nature Preserve. So, we're going to turn 241 for 8 minutes. So let's restart this. And 241, which will be backwards. Here we go. 241. We're turning to the right. And it says there's a dam holding back a reservoir. I might have to look that one up because I don't see anything here. Well, 8 minutes out is quite a ways out. But I don't see like any obvious water or anything. I mean, there's this, but, or maybe it's this. I might have a child jumping upstairs. I gotta see what he's doing out of bed. Anyway, yeah, maybe it's this right here. We'll have to keep an eye on it and look when we get up there. I think we're out. Ooh, do we need to climb even more? It's getting kind of hilly up there. Let's climb it. Gosh, I don't want to see. Here's the thing. If we get too high, it's going to be very difficult to see what we're looking for on the ground, right? But if we don't climb, we're going to have to, like, spiral up to get over a train later. So that's the difficult thing about these bush trips, which we do talk about somewhat frequently, is do you fly really high to cover terrain, or do you fly really low to see everything and then just go through valleys and bounce around? And the answer is whatever you want to do, and we've done it every way. We've stayed really close to the ground and found valleys and everything to navigate through. We've also just stayed above everything, which is kind of what we're doing today because it's not that high. Just depends on how I'm feeling and what we're trying to look for and what the terrain is like. But yeah, it's pushing us south a little bit. The little bit of wind that is, yeah, tailwind from the right. Yep. So I would assume we're looking for a dam here. I don't know. I just know that in 7 minutes or 6 minutes, I'm going to rejoin you. We're going to look for it. Enjoy this icing. I'll see you then. Yep, I'm convinced we're looking for a dam by that water. I could be wrong. I'm not Google mapping this trip at all. I don't think I've Google mapped any of this Germany trip, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But mainly I'm cutting in early because of the train. This train that we're going to head over, I think we're high enough. If we were, excuse me, I'm hiccuping. If we were doing this in real life, we would obviously have a chart and we would know the height of these hills. And we would climb accordingly at least 1,000 feet above them. But since this is the sim and it's what you make of it, I don't know the height of these hills. So we're just going to stay here at 5 grand and see what happens. If it gets to be a little bumpy, then we will see. But it tells us we're about to head over this thing. So let's head outside to our drone view. And there it is. Do you see a dam there? I think there's a dam right here. Could be. We could be in the wrong spot, but I think we're in the right spot. I really do. I'm confident we're in the right spot. We got a retaining wall over there, but then I think this is the dam here. Maybe there. Maybe here. I think it's here. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, here we go. Are we going to clear this train is the question. I'm more interested in this awesome looking town over here though. That looks really cool. Okie dokie, we need to keep going though. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna turn 250. Restart this first. Then we're gonna turn 253, and then we'll read about it after we turn here. Come on. 253. I always go the wrong way with the mouse. There we go. Look at the town. Bye, town. And look over here. I like that bridge a lot. That bridge is pretty cool. But that town is awesome too. Alright. Okay, let's see what is next. I'm kind of antsy about this train in front of us. Oberhoff. Continue on the west-southwest, heading in you'll reach the city of Oberhoff, a winter sports destination located in the Thuringian Forest Mountain Range. Obviously, we're going to cross the mountain range now, but 3 minutes it says. And then we're going to get to this winter destination town. And then after that, we're going to turn to go somewhere else. Ooh, here comes the train turbulence. Alright, so we're going to cross these mountains, hopefully without hitting anything. And then I'll see you in a minute or so to check out the winter destination town. See you in a moment. I'm guessing your winter destination town is right there in front of us under the nose. So far so good. Let's read about the next place. Actually, let's admire these mountains first for a moment. My altitude I selected was barely high enough. It's still reasonable and realistic, but barely. I'm watching the trucks drive on the road down there. That's awesome. Alright, there's our town. We'll look at it in a second. Let's see what is next. Turn 232. We start the clock here, 232, which is going to be this way. Ooh, we'll get to look at the town while we turn, so let's do that. Then we'll read about it. Let's look at it first. Oh, how fun is that? I wonder what kind of winter sports they have. Oh, did you see that road going to that tunnel? Oh, it's under the wing now. If you rewind the tape a couple seconds, that road went right into a tunnel. That's awesome. Alright, what are we doing? We are going to Schwarza, a 9 nautical mile southwest flight will bring you to Schwarza, a town in the central German state of Thuringia. Alright, so 3 minutes at 2:32, and then we're going to go to a town, which could be, you know, any little town. Check out that skyline. Little skyline going under the wing right now. Very cool. Alright, 3 more minutes of flight, which is less than a minute of sightseeing for you, and I'll see you at this town, and then we'll start heading towards the airport. See you then. Okie dokie, over 3 minutes looking for a town. I didn't see it during sightseeing. I'm thinking it might be that. Probably. Most likely the one going under the nose right now. So we're going to go with that. Next, we're going to go to Bad Neustadt in the Saal. Between 2 nautical miles, you'll reach the Nadi Neustadt, a northern Bavarian town located along the Franconian Saale and Brand rivers. So we're going to a town located along 2 rivers. The tale of 2 rivers. So let's go here. We start our timer. And then we're going to do 212 degrees. 200 in Dulce degrees. Come on, mouse. Come on. I want to look out the window as we turn, and I kind of missed it. Oh well, that's okay. That's okay. Alright, 212 degrees, 7 minutes, or so, 7:20, I guess. And then we'll look for the airport, Bad Kissingen. Maintain your heading, and bring your Bonanza down to the Bad Kissingen. Bad Kissers, Naughty Kissers Airfield. Foxtrot Delta. So, do we see Foxtrot Delta yet here? Could be that little one there. No, it has to be after all these. A little grass strip. That could be tough to find, especially because, yeah, we're going to have to wait till it pops in on the map. It's 10 minutes out, so it'll be out of ways. So sightseeing for you. We're looking for a town on the rivers. Which I don't even see the rivers yet. And then we're looking for an airport. So a little bit more sightseeing for you over this flat land. Let's actually start coming down a little bit. Nah, we don't need to come down yet. We're good. We'll hand fly down a little bit. A little bit of sightseeing for y'all, and I'll catch you in a little bit. There's our airport finally, directly in front of us. We have a lot of altitude to come down, so let's bring back throttles. Not all the way, because then we get the gear alarm, but let's just come down. And unfortunately rely on this GPS way too much to find our airport, because it's just a grass strip in the middle of... What middle of? Oh yeah, it's right in front of us, I think. Yeah, we're so high that it's actually right in front of us. I'm pretty sure it's like right here. I think we'll find out together. So let's do some S-curvage here just to get down. I could slip it, I guess, but let's try not to slip it if we can help it. I guess we can do gear down now. It'll cause some drag, and we can go completely back on the throttle. Wow, we're coming down kind of quickly. Might be a little uncomfortable in this plane, but not completely unreasonable either. The only thing is our speed is really high. I think that's our airport. Right here, I think. Is there a road that goes out? Yeah, that has to be it. That's what I'm aiming for anyway. Hopefully this goes okay. Hopefully we don't run into the train in front of us that is quickly taller than we are. And let's just land this thing. Pretty straightforward. Did I even read about the airport? Yeah. Yep. Land at the Bad Kisser. Alright, here we go. First set of flaps. Gears already down. We are taking advantage that flaps slow us down, but we're not using flaps to slow us down, if that makes any sense at all. Here we go. We'll do a second set of flaps in a moment. I think there's just 2 sets of flaps on this thing. Second set of flaps. There we go. Yeah, just 2 sets. Get ready on the throttle, though, to blip it a little bit, because, yeah, let's get some throttle in here. There we go. Nice and slow. Well, there we go. My preset wasn't ready for the view. Alright, nice and slow. We're going to land at stall, of course, because it's a short runway. Hopefully we don't stall before we touch down. I have a bad habit in this airplane to stall before we touch down. I think my peripheral vision or seating position is off. So what happens is I think we're about to touch down, but we're actually like 10-15 feet up yet. And it's really been messing with me. Which is why I've been stalling too soon. So, because I think we're touching down and we're not. So let's see here. But this one we will stall just at touchdown. Electron effects save us, which isn't the way you really do it, but like without peripheral vision, it's hard to judge where we are. I can't even tell where we are. There's a little bump before the runway. Let's come down. There we go. There we go. And boom. That was a little rough, but that's fine. Fine enough for this. I do need to work on my landings in this plane. I have a very hard time in this plane being smooth. A lot of the others, smooth every time. This one I have a really hard time judging how high we are off the ground. There we go. Not too much longer than it was supposed to take, so that's cool. Alright, 1 leg per video. You know the drill. Like, subscribe so you know when the next one comes out, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with a better, smoother landing. See you then.